I do agree with Michael on his first assertion that the altercation in itself wasn't necessary, and I've been one of the people who strongly believe that it wasn't a very good step. Whatever it is, it has happened, and I must commend the minister for health, the way manner he has actually managed this or handled the situation. Especially, he has shown a lot more sober leadership in this issue, especially if you look at where he was actually attacked by the Secretary General of the Ghana Registered the Nurses Association, as if he's the one who went there to cause the mayhem. But be it it may, we have to look at it from this point where we don't have to necessarily attribute it to any political or align anyone politically. This issue that has come is something that it also calls for a sober reflection, looking at the recommendations and then the report and its recommendations as well. I am one of the people of the school of thought that what Raf actually went there to do was, even though he was in pain, and mostly if you study patient psychology, I am fortunate to actually have done a bit of psychology. If you read patient psychology, any patient is, we always say this, a hungry man is an angry person. Likewise, every patient is a very disturbed person. When you get to the hospital in that situation, sometimes you just look at how when even as a relation is not in good health, you take him to you feel everybody should be put aside and you should be attended to, which obviously it's just how the feeling is. However, we have to also control ourselves when we are in such a situation. So there's a need for, in terms of the health officials or health officers, there should be continuous, and there's the need for them to also look at this patient psychology, so they have to take it so seriously. And then also with the patients also, we have to also give a lot more. There should be a constant education for patients to accept that anytime you get to the hospital, you are not the only person to be attended to. Others may be there. But that notwithstanding, the health officials have to also do quite well in terms of their health delivery.
Yeah.
If you look at what happened, Raf's Raf's action have actually gained some mixed reaction. There are some school of thought who are also hailing because yes, he has exposed some of the things that they feel should be known. Other schools also, like in my case, feel that yes, we have to point out some of the things that they are not doing right at the hospitals, but we should see how we go about it. And I don't think that everybody in the NDC or everybody in the MPP support one side. There are NDC people who support that. The MPP, I have actually had engagement with people who feel that yes, these guys, and they will be giving account of what has happened to them and relations and everybody. That's obviously, I just want to say that we should not attribute this to any political class, because I would also equally say that then the reaction of the general secretary, it means that he's a political aligned person and he just wants to do that to just project his party or to malign this government. It is something that has happened, and then I think we have to go strictly into the recommendations, how well we can take up these recommendations and implement them in our health policies. One, the bit about the security at Ridge Hospital. My father has several times was admitted at the Ridge Hospital, and I think this one even points out so clearly. The security situation there is very bad. Beyond this health, the nurses and their challenges, you go there sometimes, some people have even turned the place to be a begging grounds for them to also be soliciting for funds from people.
Yeah.
Now, so if there's a need for us to improve the security situation there, be it the personnel, security personnel, or the CCTV cameras to be deployed, I think it's very necessary. Now, when the other side that they mentioned that I think is of major concern to all of us is the equipment. So if a facility like Ridge Hospital do not have this diagnostic equipment, which I can say in health delivery or health service, it's very basic, like MRI and all other things that you need to actually use it to be able to tell what exactly you need to do in terms of what health diagnose the disease or sickness, and then how well you have to treat it. So as part of government policies of retooling health facilities, I think it is time that even all stakeholders, including corporate Ghana, should all come in, because you don't know when a relation would actually be taken to the hospital that needs this equipment. So I would take this opportunity, as much as government is putting in a lot of effort to make sure that we get and retool all health facilities under the Mahama Care, or Ghana Care, all the other health policies, infrastructures, policies, the project that we have. I think corporate Ghana should also come on board to support. And then also when it comes to the mention about the bit about the staff, I would actually use this occasion to appeal to government that whatever steps we are putting in place to actually recruit more health officers, we should speed up the process. I know government is doing so much. The finance minister in the last budget, the media budget, indicated that they are going to give clearance for a lot more health officers to be recruited. Because now you see, most of our health officers, even the trained, the experienced ones, are leaving. Experienced health officers are leaving. You go to even in my constituency, you go there, you go to a chip compound and you ask of a health officer, oh, he or she has traveled. So it is a need for us to quickly bring on board some health, and we are fortunate to even have trained a lot of them who are out there looking for the opportunity. Recently, as part of the youth employment, I've seen that some young people are being recruited into the health assistantship. I think they would support to some extent, but the major health delivery that requires professionals. I am just hoping that with the steps that the ministry and government is putting in place, we can speed up the process such that just within this month or so, we can get a lot of our health officers being recruited to fill the gap. From the doctors, nurses, other health-related professionals that are needed at the health facilities, we can bring all of them on board. And so that, one, we will create employment for our teaming health professionals who are out there, and then also to also help improve our health delivery in the country. So the committee has done a very good job. Either assault or no assault, there's a report that there's no clear physical assault. They mentioned that they saw the footage showing evidence of verbal assaults. I see that the lady, from what my brother even said, you could see that maybe she might be traumatized or so, but in terms of even recounting her ordeal, you can see that people are speaking and then she's also taking the words from them. And I must say that, as I earlier indicated, it was very unnecessary, but as it has happened, whatever measures that has to be taken, the minister has shown very good faith, first by even putting in place this committee, and then the steps that he's taking with regards to that. The criminal part of it, that one is not in the interest of it is not within the mandate of the minister to actually to either indicate there was a criminal act or so. He has actually come up with a committee. So the criminal bit will also run concurrently. But as much as possible, we should dissociate the incident from any political, or we should delineate this one from any political association. I think it's purely a concern that actually concerns every Ghanaian, and we should all look at it and see how best we can address and improve our health delivery. If health delivery is improved in terms of provision of the equipment needed, logistics, in terms of the number of staff needed, in terms of the security at health facilities, some of these incidents, even if it should happen, they will be very minimal. A lot happens, but because they don't come to attention of the media, that is why maybe we are not talking about it. And when it comes to also the assault, I'll use myself, before the last elections, an incident happened when you remember an MP that was reported to have shot a gun at a gathering, and police at a gathering where chiefs and they were having a drip. The commission of the drip, that was the one. And sometimes I sit down with how someone actually narrates the story that, and MP held me, he used a knife to stab my ears. I was like, how can somebody sit down and even concoct this?
But did you fire a gun?
I didn't. And I never even got, yes, I was at the scene of the incident, but the way somebody would be able to concoct and make it look like actually come with blood oozing, and I was like, how? So these are some of the things that, so it actually has actually taught me something that we should also be very mindful, even when incident happen, how we approach it, because somebody can, and I always say that if maybe this was something that steps we have taken, that maybe I was falsely accused and maybe implicated, I could have easily gone to jail without necessarily having done anything like that.
Yeah.
So I would also want to appeal to people that as much as we may be peeved, or we should also be very careful how we carry incident. We shouldn't so much put people, somebody may have done something so wrong, but we shouldn't dramatize it such that it can put people in the in situations that when we sit down later, we reflect and see that it wasn't done right. So I appeal to my sisters. Yes, she has gone through some ordeal probably, because even verbal assault to a woman is not something that can easily be contained.
Okay.
I think that maybe we will see how best we can resolve it. But if it is not it, we shouldn't make it look like it is.
Okay.
Yeah.